sit here, you can stand.
Yeah, no, I'll make you stand, because that's how we started at the beginning of the day, so we should also stand at the end. Maybe I start with the real Slim Shady. Please stand up. No one? Okay. So no M&Ms here. So no, just going back to Trevor, you thought that I looked puzzled when you were replying. I just want to say that I wasn't puzzled. I have a general facial expression of confusion. I don't know what's going on in the world these days. So that's where it came from. No, it's difficult to conclude. I didn't prepare with a presentation, so I thought that I would take notes and basically come up with conclusions on the basis of the presentations and the good discussions. But I'm in a difficult position, because now in the panel everything has been said, which is important. So maybe what I would like to do is just go back a few months and say that I found it really remarkable that we achieved together with the member states to have the FSDN implementing regulation adopted. There is an N word standing for network in FSDN, and I joined the process in April, quite late in the game, but my impression was that it's a true collaborative, cooperative network that we have. So I really want to thank the member states for basically going to the end of this ride and achieving something which went really against the grain in an environment where you had farming protests, fighting against administrative burden. We managed to achieve something where, indeed, I think we can admit that there is more administrative burden for those farmers who voluntarily take part in this scheme. But that was something really big, I think. And we managed to adopt the implementing regulation without a single member state opposing it. So this is, I think, something really remarkable, and it shows also that we managed to achieve something very useful, very important, and based on trust. So trust came up in various stages of today's discussion, and I want to emphasize that trust is equally important between the Commission and the member states at all levels, not just between the farmers and data collectors. So I think this exercise for me was very eye-opening. I realized that from the Commission side, we also had to be incredibly specific and clear to explain why FSDN is important. And this is also very important to explain to the farmers. It's not just for the sake of collecting data, but it's basically for the sake of supporting the CAP and our farmers, because via FSDN, we can indeed control the narrative. And then we can also make targeted policy proposals. So this is essential. But of course, to get there, it requires a lot of work, not just for the member states, not just for the farmers, but also for the Commission. What is certainly key is then to balance the burden coming from collection with the benefits. So here, what is important, what I marked down, is that we need to improve data use at all levels, and of course, improve data collection and quality. When it comes to data use for farmers, yes, we are working on ourselves also on this benchmarking system. But again, what is equally important is that we demonstrate to the farmers that based on the data that they provide, we can actually make evidence-based policies that address their needs. So this is, I think, one of the most, if not the most crucial elements where we need, as Commission, to basically provide evidence to the farmer on the use of their data. Also, with respect to researchers, yes, there's a lot of use of FSDN, FADN until now, in research, but there we are also working on a system to provide easier access, protecting individual data in the future. So basically to facilitate the access to FSDN data, and then improve the uptake and the timeliness of the use. And of course, at the level of the policymakers, it's very important that we analysts provide timely and relevant analysis that feeds into policy discussions. We see that this is becoming more and more difficult. The political environment, which I am confused about, is going very fast. So basically, we need to be up to speed. The 2-year lag for FADN, FSDN data is of course an issue, but there we also have to work on methodologies, nowcasting, other simulation models to make sure that on the basis of FSDN data, we can provide the timely analysis. So that is homework for us, but I suppose also for you at the level of national regional administrations. Regarding the improvement of data collection and quality, there it's very important to take into account the specific needs and conditions of member states. So here, already during the discussions and negotiations with respect to the FSDN implementing regulation, from the Commission side, we try to cater for the individual needs of member states. So I believe, and I think this is also shown in the result, we managed to come up with a very flexible and also tailored as much as possible implementing regulation where member states' individual needs were taken into consideration. And of course we have, as underrepresented in this morning, the review 2 years from now, which should ensure that the implementation is going well, and if we need to make adjustments, then we make adjustments. So basically to ensure that FSDN is implemented well, yes, you need to start collecting, you need to take note of the difficulties and challenges, and we need to adapt along the way. Trevor mentioned that in Ireland it took 6-7 years for the transition. We have 3-4 years at the level of the EU, which sounds, half the time, but luckily we can already build on, and I think we have already built on the experience in Ireland, in the Netherlands, Italy, Hungary, and other member states, as during the discussions on the implementing regulation, you all shared with us your experience. So I'm quite confident that we will be able to accomplish a good outcome over the coming years. And again, if we need to correct and adapt, fine-tune, that's what we need to do, because what is essential is that we do receive quality data, timely manner, and then we don't lose the farmers along the way. So there, what is really important and what I really appreciated in the discussions today is that there are a number of very good examples, maybe in some cases some low-hanging fruit for some member states to pick, but what is important, and that I really appreciate this discussion, is that we have the opportunity to share. Does that mean that my time is up?
That's not us.
Okay, so we went from drilling to ringing. Okay, no, but fair enough. I'll wrap up. So basically, what I wanted to say is that you need to continue, and we need to continue the transparent, open communication and cooperation. So DG AGRI is here by your side. We have a common endeavor, so we continue on that path. And yes, we have the setting up cost, which I wanted to mention, and the increased financial contribution, basically threefold from FADN to FSDN. So we hope that this will create an opportunity for member states to help with the implementation of the FSDN. But again, to be clear, as it was mentioned a lot of times, trust towards the farmer is the important element, and there is no price tag on trust. So that's it. So lastly, I mentioned that I would get you guys to stand up. So I would really like for you to give a standing ovation and applause to our organizer, David and team, but also to Juliana.
Oh, yeah.
Also stand up. But also I would like to thank Juliana and Tatiana in the back from DG AGRI, but also Sophie and Eduardo for helping out in organizing. And of course also to my colleagues and to all of you participants. So many thanks, I really appreciate it today, and I hope that you will have maybe another workshop next year to see how the implementation went. Thank you very much.